What's up guys, Colin here from Sportsman's Adventures Real Life. Today, as you can see, we're looking at rolling some sushi. Now, a lot of people are always asking on YouTube or Google or something, how do you roll sushi? And it's actually pretty simple. Now for me, a couple of the essentials that you need, you're gonna need a couple of cutting boards or a plate and a cutting board, one to put the final product on, one to have your fish on, and obviously one to cut the roll itself. And over here we have our sticky rice. Now you can go to a Publix or any of your local supermarkets to get that. If they don't have it, there's actually a really easy way to make sticky rice. We'll put that in our description so you can check it out below. And then you're gonna need a bowl of water, and we'll get to why you need that in a little bit. So first things first, you wanna go ahead and grab one sheet of the seaweed, and the shiny side that's like smooth in texture is gonna be on the bottom, because everything that you're gonna be packing into the roll is gonna go on top so it can grip it. And then from there, what you wanna do is grab a handful of your sticky rice and just layer the entire sheet with sticky rice. And don't make it too thick, because then you're gonna end up with a giant roll. It's not a bad thing if you have like huge pieces of fish, but for us, we're using some fresh yellow jack today. And so we have some smaller pieces, so we wanna layer it really thin so our roll doesn't come out too big. So once you get your sticky rice down on your sheet of seaweed, you're gonna go ahead and pick out the pieces of fish you wanna use. I like to use a nice square piece of fish cut from the fillet, or preferably the loin of the fish. I like using the top part, top loin, just because it's a cleaner cut. You know, you don't wanna go ahead and when you're filleting a fish, get some of that belly meat in there. You don't want to risk anybody getting sick. So I prefer using the top loin, but again, that's just me. Everybody has their preference. So what you're going to do next is you're going to lay your fish down across the bed of rice. You want to make sure you get plenty of pieces in there. And then once you have it packed like that, the next thing that you're going to do, this is where the bowl of water comes in handy, is you want to layer the edge of the seaweed with some water. Now you don't have to do this, but it certainly helps in making the roll stick together. So once you're done with that, very carefully take your whole bed of the seaweed and the rice and make it so it's really easy for you to roll. Now a lot of people prefer to use, they sell like bamboo rollers that you can use when you're rolling sushi. You can use wax paper, parchment paper, that works as well. But if you think you can go ahead and give it a try, I'm gonna do it here, but you can just do it manually with just the seaweed if you're really careful and pack it nice and tight. So you start with the first roll like that. You're gonna tuck the fish. Make sure everything's nice and compact in there so it's easy to cut. Seaweed does have a lot of stretch in it, so don't worry about pulling on it. You want to make sure everything sticks as you keep going. And then this is where that little bit of water on the end is going to help you out. So there's your roll. Now the next step, see how everything's stuck? That piece of little bit of water helps a lot. The next step now is to get a really sharp knife. Like AFCO makes this fillet knife, it's really good. Obviously the end pieces are going to be a little bit empty, so you can go ahead and just find where the rice really starts to batch up and just cut the end piece off. And some people, what they'll do to avoid this is you can even take the sheet of seaweed and cut it in half. So we'll give you a look at what the roll looks like inside there. So now what we're going to do is just keep cutting the roll. Now you can make it as thick as you want. Just really gently cut it, because sometimes that seaweed can fall apart on you. So don't rush it. Don't try and chop it. Just smooth strokes. And you just keep doing that until you get to the end. Ready? Mm-hmm. So good. So good. So that's it, guys. It's actually really easy to roll sushi. You don't have to get that crafty with it. And if you want to add other ingredients other than just the fish itself, you can cut your avocados, your cucumbers, your carrots, whatever you want, into similar sized pieces and roll it in with the fish. Really enjoyed showing you guys how to do this. If you're interested in any of this gear, like this AFCO knife, you can check it out in our description. How to make the sushi rice, we'll put the recipe in there as well. Other than that, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for the Captain Rick Murphy YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.